everything you need to know about this bad girl and what she can do for ABL, ABX, GBR, BOS Legend, level 80 or tier 4. Hello gang, welcome to the channel, and here we are again with Gwenpool, and we are again here with Gwenpool because Gwenpool, gives you the opportunity to imagine things about, replacing all of your characters, because, her tags can be used for, especially for free-to-play, the fact that she is human female, and that's only human female speed, gives you the opportunity to use her for 3 days of ABL and 2 days of ABX because she is a villain speed or a villain female. So I'm gonna go through and showcase what she's able to do as level 80 and tier 4, because in the previous video I just showcased level 70. I didn't have the opportunity to have the potentials of the character, so I give her a build like really good. I'm not full on Odin's Blessing, but it's the best I could do, right now. 4-star artifact and a mighty raids, not perfect rolled, but it is what it is. And I have mythic uniform. I'm ranked 90, but I don't have, brilliant raids. I'm gonna compare the character with Luna Snow for for specific ABL days. I'm gonna tell you the scores I'm hitting with Jean Grey and Mystique, and we're gonna compare the results for level 80 and tier 4, but also I have to show you the performance of her at level 80 and tier 4 on GBR, because if somewhere she is meta and she is the best, character to use as speed type, in my mind it's GBR, but sorry for the spoiler. Let's go through the video. Here we are, same rotation actually, like I saw you on level 70. I'm gonna go through into the clips, and I'm going to tell you, what I'm doing during the clip also. But before we go through that, guys, make sure that you have smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let me know down below in the comments what are you going to do with this bad girl. Are you going to tier 4 here? Are you going to buy the uniform? Are you skipping for Black Friday? So let's start from the very easy things to say, she probably replaced Mystique for ABX. So let's go rush through level 80 performance and level and tier 4 really fast, and also on the free-to-play version on this specific day. Her performance, to be honest, from level 70 to level 80 for at least, from 70 to 80 to ABX and ABL, it wasn't what I was expecting, because, at level 70, I hit on the previous video 12.8 million, 12.9 million, and you're gonna see what I'm able to do here. I'm playing with Black Cat as leadership, and the moment you cast a spell with your Black Cat or use your co-op skill, so your Black Cat actually attacking to the beast, you're applying a buff that decreases the buff beast takes from his roar by 100% and more actually. So even if he used the shield, he's not getting any defense during the roar phase. I mentioned that in the previous video also, but you need to understand that having Black Cat and use this ability only worth it if you use her also for leadership, and you have the last leadership, last uniform, which is paywall, and this uniform provides here also a leadership for ignore, dodge and attack. And other than that, she also has an artifact, and the artifact combined with all this provides the best leadership in the game for a speed villain female day. Alternative version here to use is like someone like Green Goblin or Red Green Goblin. Both of them provides a really good buff for every single speed female speed villain actually. So if you don't have this character, you should use Green Goblin. I'm gonna show you what I was able to do with Green Goblin, but only as tier 4, I think. I have recorded only tier 4 on that. So you can see in the previous video, as I told you, level 70, I was doing exactly the same rotation I'm doing right now. You know, 70 to 80, you don't have your tier 4 skill, nothing changed. 5, delay, cancel, 4, 3, 2. Let the 2 play until you have again your 5th skill, and then go through your tier 3 skill. Your tier 3, you're letting your tier 3 until your 2nd skill is ready again, etc, etc. You're doing exactly the same rotation every single time. Your skills are lined up, so you should be able to use exactly the same rotation every single every single cycle of rotation. It's not like some of the skills have a weird rotation. There are some characters having that, but this character, it's pretty smooth to play. And as you can see here, I have done 11.8 million at level 80 with the build I saw you before. I had exactly the same before I tier 4 the character. At level 80, I had exactly the same. As you can see here, it's 12.4. So yeah, it's not like I skyrocket my performance from level 80 to level from level 70 to level 80. I took like 100k damage, so it's not like big deal in my mind from 70 to 80, but that's something that doesn't really cost these days, you know. Having some CTP, TCP actually sacrifice to do from 70 to 80 isn't a big deal. And in my mind, the really good improvement on this character from level 70 to 80 is BOS Legend, and I'm gonna show you later on BOS Legend. I have also a challenge on BOS Legend with agility tag for specific BOS Legend Zing 29, the 100-second challenge, and I'm gonna show you if she's able to pull this out or not, level 80 or tier 4. So let's go one by one and end it. So we started with ABX level 80. Let's go tier 4 ABX. Exactly the same rotation. The moment you have your tier 4 skill, you're using it. I'm using Ghost Rider here and I'm not doing the cancel on the roar, but that's because of Black Cat. As I told you, I'm gonna give you an alternative tip and how to go and cancel the roar. I'm using one character as a striker, which is Luna Snow, but I totally get that perhaps you're missing Luna Snow, so you can use whoever has the silence ability. There are multiple characters. Ancient One, it's an example. There is others. But I'm just gonna showcase you how it works, you know, Gwenpool works with a striker that actually can do the silence, and you don't have to just use Black Cat. And to be honest, having Ancient One to do the silence, it's not a big deal. So yeah, as you can see here, I was close to 9 million for the first roar, and you know that if you are at 9 million and above, you're able to cap at the end of the stage, you know, 9 million first roar, 12 million second roar, 15 million third roar, and then you know that you can hit 18. So here we were kind of behind. So with my performance right now, you know, I'm playing with the character just for one day. I just tier 4 here, so yeah, I wasn't expecting to go there and cap day 1. But in my mind, if I'm so close to have perfect timing, you know, on the 9 million, look at this, 11.6 on the second roar. If it was like 12.2, I would believe that I can hit 18. As you can see, my damage production is not reducing, even if the purple buff is not on the top of the beast. We know that it's kind of bugged, and Black Cat provides this debuff during all phase. But yes, you can see here. Okay, let's not just play and play and play. Let's go into the end. And I increased my score from close to 12 million on level 80 to 16.3. 16.3 for a non-perfect Mighty Raids, 4-star artifact, no full Odin's Blessing, and the cards in favor of my energy. It's not like I have huge physical attack. It's really impressive. For my account, my Mystique was max doing with full Odin's Blessing and Mighty Raids 200 proc, 15.3, 15.5. I never had 16 million on my account for this day. So C is already, you know, a win for me, at least. A small win, because to be honest, it's just one ABX day. The rewards you're getting are not different, you know, you're getting exactly the same. It's just 1 million more score in my weekly total score. So that's cool from the one side, not a big update from the other side, but as we saw there, level 70 to 80 feels to score exactly the same, but tier 4 did the difference and increased the score for 4 million. Let me show you what I was able to do with the free-to-play team. With this team up, I actually use Mystique and Green Goblin as, you know, so leadership of Green Goblin and Mystique as support, and I'm doing the cancel on the silence with my striking ability. Let me show you just here the last phase, you know, the last phase that I'm using Luna Snow to cancel the roar, and I'm going through the skills here. As you can see, 14 million. To be honest, you know, Black Cat and Scene feels to be busted supports compared to Green Goblin and Mystique. I have on both of Scene and Black Cat also 4-star artifact, and I have a CTP of Insight in one of them. So the comparison between the free-to-play and the free-to-play and the pay-to-play, you know, with Black Cat and Scene, it's not fair, because in my account I have an insight, a normal insight on Black Cat or Scene, I'm not sure, one of these two. But with Mystique and here the other character I used, which is Green Goblin, I don't have an insight on them. But 15.3 million, you know, just like that, it's really impressive itself too. And the third character you could potentially replace is on speed, on villain female character, you know, where the best character to use is Jean Grey. My Jean Grey, it's really strong. I know how to play here. I need to play a lot of times to hit the 18 million, but it's one of the days of ABX that I actually can cap. Jean Grey is really strong, but Jean Grey also has value for PvP, even if the value decreased lately, you know, with all these meta PvP characters dropped in. Jean Grey is really strong for something like Alliance Conquest, Otherworld Battle, and if you have here, you know, full PvP build, you have a really good advantage against others. But yeah, the value is minor, you know. In my mind, Jean right now deserves to be PvE. But for the people who love PvP, you should know that your girl here, Gwenpool, pulling out really good with Proxima and Enchantress. Here I used also free-to-play characters, and let me show you what I end up doing. Was like 500,000 less than the previous team, where I was using Green Goblin and Enchantress. No, Enchantress is now. Yeah, Mystique. So here, Enchantress Proxima combined is way worse as it seems than Green Goblin, and I just said it, bro. I just said it. What am I smoking? It's Green Goblin and Mystique, yeah. Okay, so as it seems, 500,000 less for the Jean Day, but if you miss total, you know, if you don't have Jean Grey, this is the second best choice. Because if you didn't have Jean on your roster, or if you had your Jean into PvP, you know, Mighty Authority or something like Neg, Mystique was the character to use. So if you are outscoring your Mystique with your Gwenpool here can take place of the PvP Jean Grey. And if you don't have here at all or Mystique, you know, Gwenpool gonna provide really cool score. So let's change a bit subject and let's go to pure damage meters, you know, DBR, and let me show you what she's able to pull out as level 8 here. I'm using Scene Leadership or with Mysterio. You can also use Green Goblin, the difference is not that big. And here, as you can see, with my second rotation, I was able to have only 5 bars left against GBR. I'm playing solo, and Dormammu, to be honest, feels to go down really fast. Here, the enemy is speed type also, so I don't have any advantage or disadvantage against him. On the previous video at level 70, I had 1 minute and 40 seconds into the fight, but I had an advantage against the boss because the boss was blast type. I can't, you know, duplicate the results with the same GBR boss, but I know for sure that level 70 to level 80 does not feel like adds a lot to the character, at least for GBR and ABX at the moment. Tier 4, it's the big difference for ABX, and yeah, spoiler alert, Tier 4, it's also the big difference for GBR. As you can see here, took me 1 minute and 40 seconds here too. Even if I know that here I don't have advantage against boss, and before I had advantage against boss, 70 to 80, it's like 10 seconds difference. If it was the same boss in my mind, maximum 20 seconds, which is not really cool advancement, you know. As for tier 4, I feel like C is way busted, you know, for GBR. C is probably the strongest speed type to use for GBR. Most of the speed types for GBR, they are kind of bad, you know. Even Luna Snow is underperforming, and here you can see I did 2 rotations and I took up, you know, GBR and went already to the next phase. 1 normal rotation deletes like 10 bars of the boss, which is really impressive for any character. Here I'm letting my tier 3 hit a bit more and going into my second skill, and I'm already in the last phase, which is really fast for a speed type. And you can see here the boss is universal. So here I have kind of a disadvantage against the boss, and I also did a wrong here on my rotation. I misclicked it, and still I'm able to clear under 1 minute here, as you can see. Okay, I passed 1 minute. Okay, it's 1 minute and 2 seconds. So I increased my performance by 40 seconds, even if I have a disadvantage against universal boss, you know. So for GBR, in my mind, C is the strongest speed type alive right now. C is really hot. Even Miles Morales, I don't feel like can do that fast. Now let's go into BOS Legend and Jean Grey stage 29. It's a stage that you need to use agility type characters, and the best team I figure out, like free to play team to use, is Proxima Lead and Ghost Panther. Ghost Panther is actually by a subscription character, but you can find him also from Dimension Mission, so he's kind of free to play all these years. Most of the people have already taken him. But you can see here, I'm trying to do the 150 second challenge or the 100 second challenge. I'm trying to play, you know, as fast as possible. It's not like I'm a perfect BOS Legend player or something, but I try to do my best at level 80. This conversion, level 80 in tier 4 for this specific, it's, you know, my moderator on Discord asked me to try this because he's stuck there. He's waiting to get the timing on the challenges, you know, the 100 second and the 150 seconds, and he's really curious if he buy the uniform, he gonna complete that. So I wanted to provide him something to look forward about this specific stage. So in my mind, you know, I'm playing Mighty Rage right now. This character can work with an energy. Canceling really fast your 5th skill is not going to decrease a lot your damage in general. As I saw you in the previous video on hair rotation, even if you do your delay cancel on your 5th skill or delay your 5th skill way more, you know, the hits are pretty much the similar and the damage happens, it's pretty much the similar. If you cancel fast, you get again really similar results, at least on hits. You're losing some buffs, perhaps you're losing some you know, grenades damage that is dropping from your 5th skill, but you can make your work with a CTB of energy for BOS Legend. You know, in my mind, losing a bit of the hits doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day you're gonna complete it way faster with a Mighty Energy or a Mighty Destruction, you know, running around, charging it and hitting the tier 3 or hitting your 2nd skill after all this wild rotation. And you can go and on purpose proc, you know, early in the start, so your proc is gonna be lined up with all this delay cancel you need to do on your 5th skill and all these things that going on with here. As you can see here, I managed to do the 100 second challenge, I think 100 seconds. Oh, for 3 seconds I lost it. The 150 second challenge, I was 3 seconds off, but yeah, I could do some things on the strategy. I just want to show you the performance here. 150-second challenge, level 80 is possible, but 100, no way. Let's see for tier 4 how it looks like. And yes, I'm gonna let you see just the start here. I was unlucky, she didn't charge on me, but I stayed into the stage just to try. So here in the first phase, if she don't charge on your face, you should restart the stage, because you're losing damage waiting here to go and do the purple circle in the beginning. Here I stayed inside the purple attack because I used my co-op skill and she couldn't damage me. Here I was trying to go through my tier 3 skill, because your tier 3 skill has a knife frame, so even if she's on the big purple attack, you can attack here with your tier 3 skill. But yes, I don't wanna let you see a lot of things. Here I sacrificed the character just to fast forward as more as I could, and I sacrificed my Ghost Panther the last 10 bars just to see if I can rush it at least here in the end. And to be honest, I failed here to one shot, but yeah, I was like really close, 15 seconds off, and it wasn't the perfect run 100%. You can see there is mistakes on the rotation sometimes, or on the strategy mainly. So let's go to the last piece of content, which is ABL here and how she is performing with the best team that you can use here at level 80. She is not able to cancel here too, but yes, at level 80 you can't use a striker, so you need to swap into a character. Here the only option to use for free to play is Kamala Khan with the old uniform, not even the last uniform. And I'm using Black Cat. Black Cat, it's paywall, but I just want to show you here how I would do it, you know, if I had to use my Gwenpool for this stage. For this stage, probably Luna Snow is the best choice, but the second best choice for free to play is supposed to be Spider-Gwen. And all these days, you know, after seeing the performance I had for my level 70 Gwenpool, and because I had seen my Luna Snow at level 70, how much she was scoring, and pretty much I was scoring at level 80 with Luna Snow when Luna came 1 year ago, 8 million. And because I did also 8 million with my Gwenpool, I was like, you know what? Gwenpool is the new Luna Snow, and I was believing in this for a period of time. But yes, reality hit, and I did check the character at level 80 to compare the performance I had at level 70. Here is, this is the clip actually. As you can see, I'm swapping into Black Cat to do the cancelling, and I'm swapping back into Gwenpool to do the main damage. 5.5 here already before the second roar, but yes, in my mind, 70 to 80, the damage increase is not that impressive. You can see I scored at level 70, 7.9, and here I did 8.1 at level 80. Let's do a time travel now and show you something. And I'm saying time travel because we are going into my YouTube 1 year ago, where I did drop this video here. Has 891 views 1 year ago, and it's Luna Snow when Luna Snow came compared to my tier 4 Spider-Gwen. And when I had Spider-Gwen tier 4, I was able to score for ABL with a brilliant raid. On this video I have a brilliant raid on my Spider-Gwen, and I was doing 7.9 with my Spider-Gwen. After a while I played more, I get better and better, and I had the opportunity to hit 10 million, but like the 10 million brilliant raids, Spider-Gwen was the best I could do. And you know, Spider-Gwen was the second best after Luna Snow. So the gap is huge. The gap is huge because if you saw my video that I dropped about Luna Snow a couple of weeks ago, check this out guys. Right now with Luna Snow tier 4, this video it's like 2 weeks ago actually, I hit 15.4 million with my Luna. So when I build from Spider-Gwen, Luna Snow, I increase in the end after 1 year of course of gameplay my score for like 7.5 million generally. So it's a huge increase for my account from Spider-Gwen to Luna Snow. Let's see what this Spider-Gwen was able to pull out as tier 4 for this stage. You actually saw already that at level 80 I was able to do 8.1 million, which is the same score I was doing with my Spider-Gwen with Brilliant Rage, and now I have a not perfect roll Mighty Rage Gwenpool here to compare. The strategy actually with the boss is to keep yourself in between the boss and the wall all the time. For your tier 4, I would suggest you to use 2 tier 4s, 2 tier 3s inside the Odin's Might buff, you know. You should spam it inside of it because your tier 3, it's a big boost on your damage. Here I swapped again to Black Widow just to do the cancelling. For the free-to-play team, I found myself doing 1 million less on the level 70 video. But as you saw there, the results are consistent. Level 80 tier 4 for ABX, for ABX actually it was 1 million difference, free to play or not. So I'm gonna keep this as it is. I'm not gonna rush through and do even more, you know, free to play tier 4 and stuff like that team, because it's really annoying having only Kamala to go and to replace. Here I told you to start with your tier 3, but in my case I haven't used my tier 3 here already. So yeah, it was a bad run, generally speaking. Not bad, but not the perfect at least. But I don't wanna play, you know, 1 billion times until I drop the review and having a perfect run. This is the average run in my mind, you know, with average gameplay. I'm not saying I'm really good player or bad player, I'm an average player. I managed to go top 200, with my account people could go top 50 or something. But yes, it is what it is, guys. It's my gameplay 1 year ago, my gameplay now. It's not something I can fix. I'm only able to play with the character for 1 week, so it is what it is. But you can see here, 8.1 million already from level 80 to tier 4. I have already covered, you know, whatever I'm getting now, it's extra. So from 70 to 80, there were no difference, but from level 80 to tier 4, let's figure out. It's way better from, you know, compared to Spider-Gwen. I'm gonna tell you after this what I have seen on my Discord from 88 Melee, using similar teams with me, you know, for ABL specifically. Day 1, I guess now he has improved his score also, but for day 1, my boy 88 Melee, he has his own channel also, and he's making videos for ABX, ABL and some old BOS Legend. He's really cool. But you can see here, I'm not going really well. I'm hitting 11 million and there are like 5 seconds left. So yeah, the dude dropped with Mighty Rage on my Discord 14 million score. So there are people out there scoring 14 million with their actually not just people. Let me show you his account and how his Gwenpool looks like right now, and he did 14 million. So the gameplay is not optimal, you know. I could score like 1 million more max, but in my mind C is way easier and way better to score for ABL specific than Spider-Gwen. But if you already have Luna, okay, you know, it's the paywall character, you don't go for her for this specific days of ABL. You're going only for ABX, you know. So let me show you his account that he hits 14 million. This is his Gwenpool. As you can see, he has like similar amount of Odin's Blessing with me. He has the 200 Mighty Rage, but he has 87,000 physical attack. So with less physical attack than me, he was able to do 14 million. And as you can see, my Gwenpool has 99. So yeah, I should have done 14 myself. But yeah, that needs a lot of practice, needs a lot of recording, and yeah, the point is Gwenpool, guys. Gwenpool, in my mind, it's a really good free-to-play character. You can go there and get here and compete 3 days of ABL, 2 days of ABX. Of course, she's not Luna Snow, but she is Luna Snow of poor people, in my mind, you know, of the people that don't want to spend on the game, etc, etc. She is the very best after Luna Snow in my mind, you know. Way easier to play than Spider-Gwen, way easier rotation, and way better results easier, you know, without grinding a lot. Spider-Gwen, I can't hit 11 with Spider-Gwen in my account. No way. No way, I can't do that. And if you want a cheap alternative for Luna, here we are, guys. I hope I help you decide with what are you going to do with her. In my mind, it's a smash only if you care to go into the very top level of ABX and ABL, you know. If you already have Mystique, doesn't really add a lot, only 1 million. But if you miss Luna, it's a must buy in my mind. She's gonna help you a lot if you miss Luna specifically. See you into the next. Kisses in your faces!